Hello, guys. Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking and sharing. Of course, subscribing to the channel. We love and appreciate you guys so much. Big Lala is very much in this very big building. Of course, quite a while, guys. You're welcome. To the show. It is Gusto Reactions. Big Lala has been away on tour, just like the likes of Whiskey and Burna Boy and the rest of them. He's
I
back right
wish.
now, set to start the second stage of his tour. But right now, Big Lala is set to give you all the insights and all the whole gems and nuggets and everything that you guys normally hear on this show. I know you've asked for Big Lala and he's here right now. Big Lala, a lot of buzzwords happened over the weekend, and even the previous week.
Mhm.
And I saw a tweet from Miyaya. I saw a tweet from Black Bones. I saw Yemi Alade defending, the whole thing. I saw Buju and Ruga. That was the whole genesis of the whole thing,
Mhm.
about. And at the end, some people they cultivate, then they go farm, turn farmers, agbado and cassava and all of that. And in fact, cultivating streams as well, on their music. And it became a full-blown thing on social media. Everyone had a hot take, or two to talk about the whole situation, Nigerian artists, Nigerian music industry, and the stream, farming or the stream farms, basically, you
Mhm.
know. What's your take on all of this? What exactly is the challenge?
It's quite a lot of things. It's quite a lot of things because one, um, people who are going to be wondering, do things like this actually exist?
Hmm.
Of course, yes, it does exist, and it didn't start. It didn't start here in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You see those big labels that have come to invest or try and take talents from Nigeria. They
Mm-hmm.
all know about this. It's in their industry where they are made,
Hmm.
right? This has been going on for a while. The biggest of the biggest of artists that were signed to the top labels, even in America, have some of them have come out to say this, that they've noticed. They know that people do this. Even the labels know that people do this.
Hmm.
People do this to even get the attention of labels to their music. People do it for perception's sake, to appear bigger than they actually are.
Do the
Just to,
labels also
like,
do it?
labels in Nigeria are over there.
No, over there.
Of course, but they do it in a stylish manner. Shay, let me tell you one thing now. Now these people who, I mean, they might seem to have a problem with ordinary individuals. I mean, individual artists or indie artists having access to this kind of idea, because it breaks some sort of, I won't say monopoly, but it breaks the fact that an individual can have access to such a tool that can build perception of them as bigger than now, that can
Hmm.
increase their streams, that can increase their income for a
Hmm.
fee.
Yeah.
But these guys, I mean, the major labels have kind of like legalized it on their regards. Do you know that majority of the playlisting platforms, the big ones that create playlists, is owned by all these major labels? All of them have one playlisting company that curates, that use people's playlists, and even they have the official playlist that it
Hmm.
becomes big. Apart from the DSPs, all these big labels have it. They have the technology that they, and they use it wisely for the artists that are signed under them. Those are assets for them, right? Fine, you may argue that some of these playlists are actually listened to by fans, but how do you know? How can you prove it? Because
Hmm.
they have developed a means to help their artists to increase
Mm-hmm.
their streams, and
Yeah.
they've done it, but they don't put their names in front of it that this was. But whether you like it or not, Sony has one, Warner Music has one, Universal, you name it, they all have these sort of playlist names. You can go
Wow.
and research it and you see it. That is a legal means to have it, but indie
Yeah.
artists do not have the resources to build such a technology or such a means, so they rely on all these cheap means of stream farming and all that, but which is incredibly hard to do, very incredibly hard to do. Yes, it does exist, and is it a good or a bad thing? I don't think it's for me to judge. The cocoa is, does it get the results for the artist? The answer is yes. If you, for example, if Apple Music top 100 is so hard to get to, right?
Mm.
If you're able to devise a means to at least enter that top 100 and get impressions, right? And people will go there and start playing Apple Music top 100, then are you getting money's worth for your troubles? The answer is yes, you're getting money's worth for your troubles. And from there, if people like it more and they continue to stream, then that means it's job done. You've promote, it's a means of promo, whether it's right or wrong. To me, I don't see it as a problem. To the guys who are crying, I feel they're hypocrites. What's his name? Was it
Benson?
Buju?
Yeah, Buju, yeah.
Buju 1 is a hypocrite. Black Bones 2, they're all hypocrites because whether directly or indirectly, these two guys have benefited from this.
Are you saying they have benefited from this, actually?
You think they have not? Do you know how many, when Buju blew up in the skin, do you know how many features he did at one point when he was hot with unknown guys? I don't want to mention names, but he sure me die. I'm telling you, he sure me die.
What's this guy's name again?
Don't mention it, please. Just leave it. Don't mention the president. But I'm saying he sure me die. Yeah. If that was in play back then, right? Yeah. This guy benefited indirectly from featuring on such a song, right? That guy was able to build perception of himself as a very big artist, right? He was able to get on Apple Music African Rising cover. Nobody has heard of him. Till today, nobody, in fact, nobody would see this guy and say, oh, he's a rising star. No, it's not that. But off a Buju feature, right, which he promoted wisely. I'm going to use wisely because I have no problem with whether it's Stream Farm or whatever it is. It was promoted wisely. People built, the perception of him rose, and he was able to get a cover of a playlist on Apple Music because he did so well, right? Is that not indirectly?
Big Lala, you're a savage for that. Come on, a savage for that.
Something's wrong with you. I don't want to sound like this indirectly.
Yeah.
He has benefited, but now he's complaining about it because that song was really promoted. He did his job as a featured artist. He sang well. Yeah. I totally get it. But indirectly, and that's not just one. There's several other features. Are you going to start asking all the people you are featuring that? How are you promoting this record?
Promoting this record,
No, because what's important to you at that moment, at that time, was how much you were getting paid to get featured. And these guys were getting featured left, right, and center. Another artist who's getting featured left and center is Berry Tiger, your guy. Right? He's getting featured, and so many unknown artists are just featuring because it looks like he's just there to collect the money and just drop a verse, drop a chorus, and that's it. Imagine him coming back in the future and say, people are buying streams, they don't let us to see what Apple, top 100. That's Buju aside. The other person I find as a hypocrite is Black Bones because he gave if, for example, that stream family did not exist, right? If it did not exist, Black Bones himself was treading on the mere foundation of what stream farms are supposed to be. It was treading on that foundation. What's the foundation? Black Bones was notorious for creating playlists of his songs 1 to 20 and telling his fans, please just put it to play and go to sleep. So, excuse me, how does stream farm work? In the sense of it. But you treaded on that foundation of it, and now you have the mouth to say, people, all of now, when they buy this, come on. You did not buy it, but you kind of created a skeleton of how this thing works, how it works. You created it, and you used it to your advantage in the promotion of your music. Nobody came for you and said, please don't do this. But you spammed people and told them, just play it and go to sleep. You said, like, say it's a joke. You think people did not do it? Of course, people are, let me just try and do it. People did not know what it is that they were doing, but they did it. That's how stream farms work. Stream farms are even more sophisticated because a legitimate stream farm, for example, in China, can have over 100 phones with over 100 SIMs, and they have VPNs and whatever it is, and they all have subscription on all the apps. What they have to do is maybe there's a certain playlist that they've been created and you just play it here, play it here, play it here. Because it's different IPs,
Yeah.
different mobile numbers, different subscriptions, it will be hard to tell. It's just someone somewhere who has hundreds or 200s of phones who are just plugged in your music on that app and is listening. Or you can argue that yes, it's not helping, but if that's what people want to do, if you that are going for a stream for example on Spotify, you already know that it's not real people that are listening. You don't care about real people. What you want is you want to see numbers because you are looking. You want that numbers for a bigger purpose. You want that bigger numbers to look as if you are bigger than that, or to attract investment in your craft.
Yeah.
Or attract other people who would come in, who would just walk in, and they'll get that.
Get to know the artist.
They'll get to know the artist. Does it work for them? If it works, then fine. But for the Apple Music one, if anything, they find that if anybody when you get the come and tell me, come and tell me, because I don't get what that. I mean, that day I find it a bit weird. It felt like a gang up to me, because Vuga, when he came out and said whatever it is, Buju had no right to start accusing someone of streaming farms. He did to Vuga. And if it was a nonsense song that Vuga sang now and is number one, I would understand. But that song was a jam. Was a fucking excuse my French. That song was a big jam. Yeah. Did it deserve to be number one? Absolutely yes. I think based off the quality of the record. Now, the other problem I would like to address is how much of the importance that these people have placed on this Apple Music platform. Yeah? Apple Music platform does not have the same subscriber base as Boomplay or as Audiomack or as even YouTube in Nigeria. Is fact. Apple, for a reason, have decided to have their platform enclosed. They don't share their user statistics and all that. But as of 2 years ago, Apple Music subscribers in Nigeria, they don't reach 100,000 as of 2 years ago. It may have risen to, let's say, 400,000 or 500,000. But we know the restrictions, we know the problems in place for Apple Music users in Nigeria.
With the subscription,
you cannot pay with several cards. Exactly.
Yeah, with the cards and everything. Yeah.
That's a restriction on its own. So we place so much importance, on how important this platform is. Of course, it's important because it's hard to get, right? And also, did you know that for you to be number one in Nigeria, how many streams? You don't even have to make 50,000 streams a day in Nigeria to be number one on that platform. This is based on parts that I've been privileged to look at.
To see, yeah.
Get into the top 100, you probably need about, let's say, 15,000-20,000 streams. Perhaps to be at number one. I don't think you need up to 50,000 streams. So now it's now the biggest music platform in Nigeria that will cost that a lot of Nigerians are using to. If people like Audiomack, right, were able to secure their platform, right, and have a rolling top 100 like Apple does, I think you will have a clearer idea of what majority of Nigerians, not just majority of urban Nigerians who use iPhones, are listening to, which is very important. All these apps are very, very important. If they have similar top 100, we give you a clearer picture, because at the end of the day, as I see why you be number one for Apple Music now, you know if you be number one for Boomplay. You still be seeing Kiss Daniel, Cough in there. You still be seeing all these other songs there. Audiomack, you be seeing all these other songs there. So we place too much importance on it anyway. I mean, to these two guys that are fighting, good luck to them. I don't know if they're the next Wizard Davido, but I mean, the other time, when we were talking about these young games coming up and they all love each other, remember I was telling you that when it comes to award now, and these people are vying for the same award, that's when you see their true color. And that's what
you're right. But Big Lala, we've talked about this whole issue of stream farms, people accusing themselves, Blackbone saying, the time to expose everybody is not now. Yemi Alade actually coming up to say yes. She doesn't even want to talk about this whole thing, because if she starts to talk, she will reveal a lot of things, expose people. Artists are threatening to expose.
Is bitter.
Artists are threatening to expose themselves over this whole Apple Music Top 100 and Stream Farm. Yaya as well is saying the same thing. A lot of other known artists are going under the radar to talk, behind the back. What exactly is the big deal? Okay, Stream Farm or not, is it a big deal? What is the big deal about this?
See, if it were people who have not had their hands dirty in the past, or who have not indirectly had their hands dirty, are saying these things, I will not have a problem, Sheyi. I will not have a problem. But these people have benefited. Maybe not to Yemina. The Yemina, in a sense, I think she's bitter in she's not getting the right amount of love she deserves from the Nigerian audience. Yeah. She doesn't care about Nigerian. She knows what the audience is, but she's not getting that love back home, and it will make you feel somehow. But you are always going to look for where to place that blame. The blame cannot be with these artists who are using stream farms. And this stream farm that people are talking about is not even publicly available. It's not something that is really, really, really available to everybody. You think if it's available to everybody, it will not turn pure water. Of course it's not. The people who have been caught to have used stream farms, they've had their song removed from Apple Music.
Yeah.
If you want to know who and who, just think back to that big boss of that label. They come out his song. All those kind of things. Yeah. Or that guy where they come out his song for a while. Just go and look back. Those are the kind of people you catch. I mean, not the big artists. The big artists, there's no way you can really tell because they do have a fan base. Even if they use the stream farm to start bad, there's no way you can catch them. You can't. There's no technology for you to catch them because the rest of the other fans who are streaming will at least cover for it. But if there's an unknown person that's all of a sudden in the top 10, you're not seeing any sort of activity in any other app, only TikTok, any design, all of a sudden is there. You'll be wondering. And one other thing that can fuel this, which I think Omale needs to really have a word with Apple Music for. When he dropped his album, one of the songs that came up as number 1 on Apple Music, was a song he released maybe like 6 months before or 7 months before.
Which one is that? Understand?
That raised not Understand. It was one that featured no, not Woman. It featured a foreign. The one that remix that featured the.
Okay. We said
it came up on number 1.
Yeah.
Yes, and that raised a lot of eyebrows. I want to believe that is a mistake. Because Omale does have the fans. Omale can't get the top 100 in Nigeria on Apple Music with the selection of people that use Apple Music. Yeah, but that raised a lot of eyebrows back then. I may feel that people have always suspected that how would this guy just come around and boom. In pandemic year, he just rose and was dominating Apple Music. It was a shock to everybody, right? So some of these guys are talking, they may be actually be talking about an Omale who perhaps was the first to, I don't know if they say it's true, but I don't think it is anyway. But I think it's these other guys and those other people that you mentioned. Those are people you mentioned. Because I mean, even I was shocked, right?
Yeah.
Did he do the trick for the guy? I mean, he was able to get value with the playlist cover and all. He dropped an album and everything went well.
Yeah. Where is it today?
Exactly. So that's the whole point. So why should they be bothered about people like that who do things for the moment and it doesn't last? They themselves who are doing things that want to last, then they're still in the game, and I think that should count for something for them.
Anyways, I mean, a lot. We can go on, and on about, streaming farms here and there, Buju, Ruga, Yemelade, Yanya, Black Bones, everyone talking. And of course, we can be as savage, as possible on this particular matter. But then again, Big Lala, is deciding to keep quiet on this, and not say too much. But of course, we know how this thing has caused a whole lot of, even journalists are coming out to talk about streaming farms, a lot of people. And Big Lala, is it surprising that until Buju talked about this, everyone was quiet about this before? But it just seemed like,
it's not new. It's not a problem. See, it's not a problem. Yeah. Well, let me even shock you more. Whiskey FC, or what's it called?
The listening party.
BMW.
Album listening party.
What is that? People put on these albums or these playlists and go to sleep.
I see. Now there's been cases of, guys, Wizkid FC, the album is really, really going down on the album, on the Apple Music album. This thing, let's organize a stream, a stream party tonight and everything.
And that didn't start from Nigeria. That's not new. Top artists, especially in the US, their fans organize. Beyonce people, they organize stream party now.
Yeah.
They organize it. What would make somebody say, okay, let me just put it and sleep?
On repeat and sleep.
Because I want my fave to come up on the charts. You get for that thing to actually work, the amount of resources you actually need. If a Wizkid FC can organize stream party, there were some songs that Wiz released now, and before they smelled number one, it took
a while.
It took a while with all the fan base that he had in Nigeria, crazy fan base that had the organization. You get, so you have to give these people credit. Though. It's not easy. If you think it's easy to have this sort of thing, if you think it's easy, go on now.
Go on now.
Give them their credit.
Definitely.
But if people are feeling aggrieved, I don't think it even affects. If your craft is cool, I mean, your craft, if it's true and you have that solid fan base, it will always speak for you at the end of the day.
Definitely.
It will stream it will overthrow any stream party, any you would get the deserved support undoubtedly. People like Kiss Daniel, people like I don't want to start mentioning them. There are people that when you drop songs, and people are saying that it might be Ashake people, but come on, you can feel like Ashake's boss. Yeah,
everywhere. Yeah.
His song has just been said the most Shazam in Nigeria in the whole of 2022.
Yeah.
So for something to be the most Shazam, firstly, that song trended so well on Apple Music now. You can't cast doubt over people like that. You can't choose and say people like that because you are seeing the vibe. That guy is almost undoubtedly artist of the year.
Of the year. Yeah.
I now want to say he's doing stream farming.
Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts on everything Nigerian music, Nigerian artists, of course, and the stream farm, brouhaha. What exactly is the big deal about this whole thing? What should be the way forward? Why exactly, are we having all this whole confusion here and there? What exactly should artists do moving forward as regards stream farm? And of course, why is everyone being savage about this one? Put your comments down below. We'll see you guys on the very next one. Please continue to stay safe and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. We're back on Gusto Reactions. We'll see you guys on the next one. Please stay safe and God bless.